Hello. So today we're going to focus on our joint mobility and we're going to do some gentle stretching. So I have my nice little iPad here. I have some beautiful stretches for us. So our first one is going to be called, it's lying piriformis stretch or supine pigeon. So we're going to get into, on our back. Feet are flat, knees are up. You're going to bring your right ankle onto your left knee. Your hands are going to come through, holding on to the back of your left thigh. And we're just going to bring your knee towards your chest. If you need a little assist with this, you can always use a strap or a belt and bring it through and pull. This is a really good stretch for your hip. And they call it a piriformis stretch because that is the muscle that actually crosses over your butt. So it's like hip and it crosses over. A lot of times when you feel sciatic pain, you have tightness in that piriformis muscle. So. And release. Now we're going to switch sides. Left ankle on the right knee. Same thing, reach through. Everybody has their own, favorite white noise. I just happen to like wind chimes and bowls and some wind. I got a whole mess of stuff in there. Okay, you're going to release that. Now let's sit up. What we're going to do, we're going to be on hands and knees. Now I want you to bring your knees out nice and wide, and you're going to have your feet out. Now, my knees line up with my ankles, and my feet are at a 90-degree angle, and you're just going to push back. You're going to feel a stretch in your hips. Once you're at that spot, if you can come down to all, like your forearms, that's where we're going to be. Just breathing in and breathing out. Okay, now we're going to push up and bringing our knees in. And right now we're going to go into a runner stretch. So let's bring our left foot forward. If you can, try to tuck your toes on the right and bring up your knee. So this is our runner's lunge. What we're going to do is twist. So our right hand is down and we're going to bring our left arm up. We also call this dragonfly twist. We're getting a nice stretch in our hip flexor on the right, which is the front of the thigh. And then we're going to come down, bring that knee down. We're going to switch sides. So now the right leg is forward. Our fingertips are on the floor. You're going to tuck your toes, lift your knee. This time my left hand is down and my right hand comes up. If you can, try to look up towards that thumb. That way we're elongating our neck, stretching. You're going to feel a stretch throughout your body on this one. Now we're going to bring that down, lower your knee, and we're back to all fours. So now we're going to lay on our left side. Your left ear is on your bicep. Your right hand is going to come, reach for the right foot. We're going to stretch that quadricep, which is the thigh muscle. Once again, if you have trouble like reaching for your foot, you can grab your strap and pull. Notice we're holding these a little longer. Since we're not doing a yoga flow, we're holding onto our stretch a little longer. Okay, release that. Now we're going to roll over onto our right side. So my right arm is under my head, like a pillow or support. Left hand grabbing for left foot. Bringing that foot back towards your butt. Stretching all along the front of your thigh. If you can, try to bring knees together so you're not like holding it out. I lose my balance a little. Always focusing on your breath, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, we're going to release that. Now we're going to focus on our neck muscles. So let's sit in a nice comfortable position. So I'm going to have myself right up against the wall, just so it'll support my back. So you're going to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. If you want to put a little overpressure, you can. Not much, just a little. Remember, you're stretching your neck, so you don't want to really hammer it down or anything. Just want to feel a stretch all along the left side of your neck. Coming up to center, bringing left ear to left shoulder. You can put a little overpressure so my left fingertips are on the side of my head. Closing your eyes, just breathe, feeling the stretch. Coming up. Now you're going to look over your right shoulder. And coming back to center. Looking over your left shoulder. And back to center. Now we're going to bring our chin towards our chest. Once again, put a little over pressure, nothing crazy, just a little. You're going to feel a stretch all the way from your head into your upper track, which is the middle part of your shoulders, or really the middle of your upper back. And we're coming back up. Bringing your head around in a circle, just loosening things up. Now going the opposite way. And then back to center. All right, so we're now going to work on our hamstrings. So let's do it this way. Both legs are out straight. Heels are down, toes are up. I want you to push yourself up with your hands and fold. So we're just folding as far as we can. You don't have to grab toes. You can just sort of feel the stretch in your hamstring. Now we're slowly coming up. We are going to go into all fours again. Now we're going to do a pigeon stretch. Now, pigeon stretch is for your hips. So right knee goes to right wrist, and you're just going to walk that foot towards the middle. You're going to sort of slide that left leg back as far as it can go. Now I want you to be balanced in between both hips. So you're not going to be on this hip. You're going to be up. So you're going to feel a stretch all along into your bottom and into that hip. If you can, try to come onto your forearms and just relax into the stretch. Now we're going to push up. We're going to switch sides. So bringing left leg and right leg together. Here we are in our all fours. You're going to bring your left knee in this time. Walking your right foot back. Coming into or onto our forearms, and just relax into this stretch on the left side this time. Now we're going to push up, sliding, left foot back. We're in all fours. We're going to stand up, so let's tuck our toes, pushing back into downward dog. Walking our feet towards our hands and slowly rolling up. Now we're going to do a side lunge. So step out with the right leg. And we're stretching our inner thigh on the left. Really try to focus on not having that knee jut out over your foot. Try to keep yourself up as straight as you can. Now we're coming up, bending the left leg. Now we're stretching the right leg. Once again, try to keep yourself upright. And then we're coming up, walking your feet together. Now we're going to static stretch our hip flexors in front of your thigh. So you're going to have your left foot down. Try to bring it out far enough, and you're going to lean forward, keeping that right leg like where it is. So you're going to have a nice diagonal in your right leg. So this is where you're stretching that hip flexor. I don't want your knee on the left to go over the knee or over the toes. So we're stretching the right hip flexor right now. Coming back up, we're going to switch sides. So now my right foot is out. You want to get into a relatively comfortable position. So your left is going to be on a diagonal. You can see where my knee is. I want to push forward. But pushing forward where your knee does not go out of line with your ankle. Stretching the left hamstring or the left hip flexor. One of those muscles. Now the front of your thigh on your left. That's what's getting stretched right now. Okay, we're going to release that. We're going to give our legs a break for a sec. And we're going to stretch our wrists. So, coming into all fours, my fingertips are pointing out. What I want you to do is bring your fingertips to point towards you. Okay? And we're just going to circle around with our hips. Stretching those wrists, forearms, the inside of our elbows. Now let's turn the opposite way. Okay, you can release that. Now we're going to do one more stretch, and then we're just going to breathe, and we'll be all done. So, let's get on our back. Left knee is, or left foot is on the floor. You're going to raise your right leg up. Now, if you have to bend a leg, that's it. That's fine. No problem. So your right leg is up. You're going to bring your hands behind your knee. And then you're just going to gently pull it towards you. This should feel like a stretch. Shouldn't feel like tremendous pain or anything like that. You should be able to talk while you're doing this. And breathe. Stretching doesn't have to be painful. You can feel the stretch, but you don't want to be in pain from it. Now you're going to release your right. Left leg comes up. Same thing. Bringing your hands behind your left knee. Just pulling it in a little. And release. Now, I want you to lay on your back, nice and flat. And if you can, try to open up your legs. Your feet are together. Your knees are apart. And you're just going to lay here for a moment and relax, breathing in, breathing out. If this is too painful for your hips, you can always straighten out your legs and be in Shavasana, which is corpse pose. If you can, try to, we're further stretching those hips. Just take a moment. Focus on your breath. Now you're going to close your knees. You're going to roll your knees to the side into a fetal position. Pushing up into a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your knees. Closing your eyes and focus on your breath. Breathing in through your nose. Breathing out. Bringing your hands to heart center. The light in me honors and respects the light in you. We end this yoga mobility session by saying namaste.